السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. So, today we are carrying on after a brief pause on the podcast. I am back and ready to carry on this amazing mission I've started into enlightening you, into discovering yourself, discovering where things went wrong, discovering where things went wrong for you or for others. My main goal here is for you to look at yourself deeply for yourself, not for me, not for them, and certainly not for those who you've suffered with most of your life. And so we are still on the throat chakra, a pretty strong one. And let me pick up where I left off, where it says if someone is quite confident in their solar plexus chakra, as in your solar plexus chakra is unblocked, is balanced, and you know your self-worth, you know your confidence, you're confident in yourself and you're happy and you know what you're good at and you're doing and living what you're good at, then it is unlikely for you to have a soft voice. You don't expect someone who's confident, who's strong, who know very well who they are and what they're capable of, and they know their power. It doesn't go well with having a soft or low husky voice. So for that reason, a strong third center, which is the solar plexus, means strong fifth center, which is a strong throat chakra. So they go hand in hand. You can't have one way or the other, because if you're confident, you will speak freely, truly, with confidence, perfect vocabulary, you're well spoken, and you just expressing yourself in a healthy way. And if you are able to do that, it's unlikely for you to not have confidence or not knowing your self-worth. You can't have one and not the other. They are kind of like yin and yang kind of approach. Moving along to assessing the throat chakra. So when we have too much energy in the center, our voices would be loud because there's no room for air. Do you know someone or people who talk a lot and talk fast that sometimes you wonder how do they breathe and when did they pick up air? There's no room for air. It's just, it goes on and they talk and and I met someone like that. I knew two people like that who can talk and talk absolutely non-stop. They don't stop even for air. And then that tells me a lot about their struggles to actually freely express themselves growing up. They weren't able to, they weren't heard the way a child should be heard, the way a child should have been given a chance to express themselves in a healthy environment, not in a way that if you say this, you'll be punished. If you talk too much, I will be very upset. That'll make me angry. That tells me, and then you feel that compassion to that person, and I certainly let them go all the way. Do the whole talking. Do it. Just get it over with. Just be happy. And then when they're well, it's not funny, but I thought it's a bit late. Thanks. When there's not enough energy in the throat chakra, what do you think tends to happen? Yes, the voice is soft. You're taking enough air to breathe, which pushes your voice down. And that also creates major issues with the core, as in that from your rib cage down, that core of your body, your midriff, that part, that core is weak. So if your core is not sitting in a motion of strength, it's not strong, it's not tight, taut, as they say, it will show on your voice. I can't say I do have the facts on that. What I do know is they do project each other. So if you have a strong core, your stomach muscles area, that's what I mean, then you have a strong projecting voice, and a strong will, a strong ability to take deep breath and speak. All of that contributes to having a strong throat chakra, meaning you have confidence in the way you speak and what you have to say. It shows. The confident people when you hear them talk, when you hear the tone of their voice. Exactly. So with kids struggling to go, say, outside, or not struggling, they just refuse to go outside and play, they just want to sit, watch TV, or be on their tablets all day, their core muscles are weakened. And therefore, what does it weaken? It weakens their voice. Yeah. And it weakens their confidence to face the outside world. It becomes shaken. And in time, their voices are going to sound almost squeaky. They will be barely understandable. And thinking about it, actually I have met this child whom I've struggled to understand. Thinking about it, how cool is that? Now I realize that the truth is I have spoken to a child, a 9-year-old child who's struggled to express himself, and yet I barely understood a word he said. That puts things into perspective. Maybe you also have met someone like that, know someone like that. I would recommend for a situation like that a therapy called OT, occupational therapy. It is a therapy that I've never heard of, I gotta say. Never heard of such therapy. But apparently it does exist to teach kids how to pronounce properly, how to use their voice. And in this case, we're talking about 8 and 10-year-olds, not babies. Teach them how to talk. No. We're talking about 8, 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kids. Also, one of the things that would help children who struggle to express themselves is singing. As I've heard, singing helps a lot. So I've heard, and it doesn't matter the voice, but when kids practice holding a tune, a rhythm, the confidence is boosted and helps them find their true voice. And that would be it for occupational therapy. You're welcome. When we talk about expression, it is born of the sense of who you are. That's a strong sense of self-worth, and that is why you develop your lower chakras, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the root. moving along to the what would cause a certain chakra to get blocked. It's in this chakra, lies. Lies tend to block the natural flow of energy in the throat chakra, and we create disharmony when we lie. Truth keeps the energy flow fresh and at a move. No blockages when we are honest. And what goes hand in hand with honesty? Kindness. You can't be honest and unkind. You can't be a kind person but dishonest. Don't you think? For example, when you tell someone that dress doesn't look good on them, you use kind words like, you know what, I would rather if you tried another color. Or I would suggest trying a different size if you may. Or, you can come up with your own, I'm sure. Because the body does hold the negative energy, which does eventually manifests in some form of illness, and we've covered that in the earlier episodes of this podcast. And when you think that it's okay to lie to myself, like I lie to myself and I say it's okay and all that, no, the disharmony, the delusions, all of the imbalances you create for yourself when you even lie to yourself. You are not being your authentic self. And when that happens, blockages will happen one way or another. So lies can come in forms of messages. I don't know if that's a term. Like when you apologize for something you're not actually sorry about. When your parent tells you, you have to apologize to him for taking his toy or for hitting him or for shouting him, and you apologize, but you're like, but he took my toy, why should I apologize? But then they say, nope, you need to apologize because you hit him first. Something like that. Now that child finds it unfair because I'm not sorry. That's the problem. If they find themselves not sorry about what they've done and they are forced to apologize, that causes disharmony in the body, in the throat chakra, and then it stays with that child for a long time if it's not dealt with, and then it causes its own a whole lot of set of difficulties. Or when someone gives you a weird gift, like a Mickey Mouse jersey. So you overcompensate with compliments? No. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Just take it, say thank you. Thank you should be enough for a gift you didn't like. But don't go above and beyond by, oh my God, that is the most beautiful thing I have ever seen, the most amazing gift I have ever received. No. That also, even to that extent, it does cause problems within you. Yes, we're saying being honest and kind. Yes, be kind, but don't overdo it. There are instances in life when it's agreeable, when it's suitable to be overkind. Nothing wrong with that. But when you know that you feel the exact opposite and then you have to say something the opposite of how you're feeling, you don't need to go deep into that. You just say, oh, thank you, that's a cute one, or that